Capcom's fantasy RPG Dragon's Dogma has been a long time coming, and it's looked more and more interesting every time we've seen it, boasting robust, action-focused gameplay and an innovative pawn system that lets you enlist avatars created by other players to fight alongside you. There are shades of Dark Souls in its real-time action combat, and Shadow of the Colossus in its large-scale battles. And though it never comes close to either of those two outstanding games, it offers a lot of innovative ideas and a real sense of adventure. Dragon's Dogma centers on the rebirth of an ancient dragon who runs around ravaging the land. You can customize your avatar down to the tiniest, most insignificant detail. This is me. I look a bit weird, but everyone in Dragon's Dogma looks a bit weird. After you unwisely try to take it down with a rusty sword, the dragon plucks out your heart and eats it. Afterwards, you're reborn as the Arisen and set out to get your heart back. Technical issues are a problem from the start, especially on 360. The PlayStation 3 version runs a lot better. There's pop-in and stutter in busy fights, and sometimes you'll run up to a shop or a quest giver marked on your map and have to wait a good few seconds before they actually appear in front of you. But Dragon's Dogma's main problem is the fiction. After the exciting start, the story, characters and quests are about as interesting as porridge. And everyone talks in this faux oldie-worldy way that gets really irritating.
Ah, Arisen, sir. I find myself in a situation most dire.
The capital city is strangely deserted and there's not much life anywhere in the towns. All the interesting stuff is to be found in the great outdoors, where goblins and ogres hunker in winding mountain passages and griffins nest on cliff tops. Outside, Dragon's Dogma can look gorgeous, with mist-draped scenery that stretches far into the distance. To make up for the dull quests and soporific fiction, Dragon's Dogma has excellent combat. You start off by picking a class from Fighter, Ranger and Mage, but after a few hours you can start switching between them and developing hybrid classes, becoming a Magic Archer or an Assassin. Whenever the enemies start to get boring, you can switch up your skill set and weapons to keep things fresh. When you meet a really big foe, you can climb up its body and drive your sword right into its fleshy bits. The really big fights reward you with a massive sense of achievement and satisfaction. Just as important as your own skills are those of your companions, your pawns. Dragon's Dogma gives you one permanent partner that you can customize and develop to your liking, and two others that you can hire from the Rift, which is a kind of netherworld where other players' pawns gather. You can hire anyone you want, whenever you want, and take advantage of their battle skills and knowledge. If you're stuck on a quest, hiring a pawn who's already done it can really help out.
Does this please you, Arisen?
If you're not online, the game provides some standard pawns to choose from, but playing with other players' creations feels more personal, like picking a party for an MMO raid, except with NPCs. Tactics are really important, because this is a difficult game. Health doesn't regenerate, so the longer you're outdoors for, the more dangerous it gets. The keys to success are good equipment and preparation. Having the right party and the right tools is the difference between dying in a cave somewhere and coming back with spoils. Where Dragon's Dogma really succeeds is in providing a sense of adventure. The challenging combat imbues things with a tangible feeling of danger. When night falls, you immediately start looking around for the nearest safe shelter. Not because you're told to, but because it's getting dark, and you know that bad, scary things stalk the world at night. When you're out on a long sortie into the wilderness, miles from anywhere, with just your pawns for company, it's an exhilarating feeling. Peril is everywhere, and you breathe a sigh of relief every single time you return safely to rest at an inn, even 30 hours into the game.
Good work.
It's a strange game, Dragon's Dogma. It does some really brave and interesting things, but it also feels unfinished, with technical problems that spoil things from time to time. The combat, though, is one of the best real-time RPG fighting systems around, with flexibility and variety that carries the whole game. It deserves to be complemented by an absorbing fantasy world and an array of well-written quests and characters, but instead the quests get repetitive and the fiction is bland. Dragon's Dogma has the scale and challenge of a great RPG, but not the character or the polish. Nonetheless, there's a lot to love here, and some great ideas that make you want to give it a chance. for more on Dragon's Dogma, head over to IGN.com.